Welcome back, everybody. How are you guys doing? It's Tuesday, Museday. I'm Kalani. Thanks for joining us again. And before I forget, no show next week, all right? I'm going to be presenting an event here in LA at a retreat center. I'll try to produce something for you guys, though. We'll schedule something. I'll do something. So y'all can come here, but I don't know if it'll be live with the commenting and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. If there's a way to do it, I'll try to pre-record something. But man, I hope you guys had a great week. We had fun last week. Today's theme is to be, or we're in B minor. But let me show you what's happening here. I'm putting an octave effect on the tank drum here, this Kosmosky tank drum. Let me know what you guys think of that. So I'm playing the Kosmosky tank drum, and so this is without the effect. But I want you guys to let me know what you think of this. I kind of like it. So that's what I decided to do today. And check this out. So that's just an effect I'm using. Just for fun. So that's the two Bs. What do you expect? All right. Let's get back to some music. I'm also playing a B minor flute by my friend Brent Haynes at Wood Sounds Flutes. This is a newish flute I got last summer. Yeah, let's keep going. All right, friends. Ooh, that's a lot of reverb. Hold on. Welcome. All right, that was kind of fun. Did you guys enjoy that? So there's a couple techniques I'm going to talk about too in today's show. One has a funny name, but it's something that they use in gamelan, in Balinese gamelan. And I was borrowing that technique a little, just a little. And I want to tell you about it in a second. But first, let's say hello. All right, I got to get my phone over here. I don't know what I did with my phone holder that I usually use, but you know what? I've got two phone holders attached to my arms. So I'm just going to use those for right now. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. And I see Roseanne, thank you for being here as always. And Roseanne is providing lots of useful links. So I'm going to back this up. You guys are busy in the chat today. I appreciate that. Welcome, Poke Mama. Is that Poke or is that Pokemon? Pokemama? I don't know. You can tell us. Welcome, Roseanne. Like I said, Christina, welcome. Cornelius, my friend, and welcome, welcome. Let's see who else is here. Charlie and Noelia. Buonanotte, yes. And bona notes. I don't know. What do you call notes in Portuguese? Or are you speaking Italian? I don't know. And who else is here? Daisy, welcome. I think we're almost caught up. Who else? Linda, welcome. And yes, peace bringing music. I hope so. Let's see. All right, I think we're all caught up. So welcome everyone. Like I said, it's Tuesday Museday. It's time for some music. So it's nice to start off with, yeah, just beautiful sounding instruments. You know, so maybe today's theme could also be, in addition to playing the music, I've got to say, you guys, isn't this tank drum? They like to call them steel tongue drums. Okay, and I know that we had a question earlier. What's the difference between a tank drum and a tongue drum? There's different names for these things. These are originally they were sort of called tank drums because they were made from steel tanks, like oxygen tanks and different gas tanks, and they would cut the tops off of these tanks, and probably originally just cut with a metal grinder or something. Now I think we have water jets and lasers and all kinds of stuff to cut this metal. And then, of course, now they're getting fancier and fancier. Like this one is actually wood down here and just a metal top. And then it's got a pickup on the side. I've used this one before. I think they call this the Woody Tritone, I think. If you go to the Kosmosky website, you can find this. This is another Kosmosky drum. I have a few of their drums. And they just sound amazing. I mean, you don't need a lot of other stuff. When you have an instrument that sounds like that, even though I added a lot of effects early on. Well, not early. I eventually added some effects. But one of the things I love about this instrument is it just sounds great. No matter what you're doing. I mean, it's just incredible. So it sounds really good. They prefer the term steel tongue drum. A tongue drum is any idiophone where you've got basically sections cut that make different pitches. So it could be A440 pitched, or it could be sort of relative pitched, like high and low. Those are also tongue drums. But the term tongue drum is kind of an umbrella term. Steel tongue drum would be like this, but tongue drums can also be wood. I'm not sure if there's any other materials besides wood or metal. Some of my hardwood music tongue drums, those are wood. Hardwood. But there's lots and lots of different kinds of tank drums, tongue drums, steel tongue drums. And then the other big category we would have, which I often play, which I'm not playing today, is hand pans. And those are modeled after the original hung drum, which was a type of steel pan, kind of a riff on a steel pan. So yeah, that's the long and short of it. I won't keep going on that. But I just, this drum is just beautiful. And I coordinated my do you guys like that? My ensemble, which is interesting that we use that for music and for clothing, isn't it? So we have an ensemble that is this kind of green theme. And then I want to show you this flute real quick too, because this flute, let me focus my upper camera first. Hold on. This flute is awesome. Look at this wood, you guys. It's one of the reasons I got this. Don't ask me what it's called. I think it's monkey pod, actually, which is an actual real wood type monkey pod. But I was really taken by the wood. I like, flutes that have exotic woods, but also it just sounds killer. I mean, this is a B. It's a little one note higher than our kind of more popular A flutes. But this flute, I hope you could appreciate it in the recording. It just has this amazing voice that it's just so pure and strong and cuts through. So, these two things together, pretty cool. And then I just added shaker and cajon in there, and that's it. So 4 instruments. We have a little shaker for the rhythm, cajon for more of the beat, and the shape of the beat, the phrase, and a bunch of this stuff on the sides. So let me take the effects off. I want to talk about this for a second. So those of you that are listening with stereo, like in a stereo setting, right? So either you have 2 speakers, one over here on each side, or you've got earbuds or headphones. These are intentionally panned to opposite ends of that stage, if you will. But I want you to pay attention to what you're hearing and how they're interacting, right? So who can tell me what is the relationship between these two rhythmically, not the pitches, but rhythmically, what's happening? I'll give you guys a second. All right. So I'm going to turn this down. What do you guys think? Any ideas? What's the relationship side to side? They are doing what? So Christina said complementary. Yeah, I mean, you could use that word for sure. How do you mean complementary? Like what's happening that they're complementary? What technically what's happening? And then I want to talk to you guys about it. And okay, Daisy said echo. Kind of echo. I mean, echo would be like the same thing, like a literal echo, right? Like hello, 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 hello. But you're not on a stereo system. Okay, well that's fine actually. Well, it might be harder to hear if you're not like it, because it could just sound like it's all coming from the same spot. So it's hard to hear each one. They are different. They're playing at different times. Right? I've got 2 tracks, and they're doing something. And Cornelia said, it sounds cool? Exactly. That's what I was looking for. It does sound cool, doesn't it, though? Like, especially in the stereo thing. So I'm going to tell you guys, answering each other. Yeah. Well, okay, so you guys are all zeroing in on this idea of they're alternating, basically. Yeah, so they're playing in, like this one, I think I did first. And so this would be like the main, 8th note, 1 and 2 and 1. And then the other one comes in, it plays in the holes, comes in the rests. Right? It plays in the spaces. And there's a term for this, all right? Now, I only know, I guess, the European term, one of the terms. I'm sure there's more, because they do this in Bali, and I'm pretty sure they don't call it hockading in Bali. They have their own language for that. But yeah, in the Western music model, whatever, European music model, they would call that hockading, and hockading just means playing. It means playing in the spaces of something else, right? And this could be done with movement. It can be done with visual art. It can be done with sound. But basically, yeah, it's playing in the spaces. And this one is just basic because it's one, and one is doing 1, 2, 3, and the other one's doing got. It's literally like upbeats. Now in Java, in Bali, in the Balinese gamelan, I want you guys to check this out after we're done here. Gamelan, they do a lot of this, and it's so interesting and amazing because they are also doing something with these hammers and these metal bars, and it's kind of related to this. I mean, I can try to fake it, but they do this technique where, let me focus again. Let me focus. They do this technique where now I can't grab onto the whole bar here, but I can show you basically. They'll do this muting, right? They'll mute it so it's very staccato or precise. Deet, deet, deet. And when I was learning marimba and vibes, more specifically, we do this technique called mallet dampening. And let me show you real quick. Mallet dampening is where you press on the key or note after you hit it, and then if you do that, when you play the next note, it's not that easy. It's easier on a mallet instrument, but. Can you guys see what I'm doing? So I'm limiting it to one note at a time. If I didn't do that, it would sound like this. Right? But when I mallet damp, I can go. And you're only hearing one note at a time because I'm muting the last note when I hit the next note. All right. So that's two things you're learning about. One is hockading, and mallet dampening is the second one. But if you watch the gamelan music, they've got these hammers, and they'll play like these different rhythms, and they will play in the spaces, and it's just amazing because it's just set parts, and they play melodies. So one person's doing, ding, 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 and the other person's going, like they're playing in the spaces, right? Like, they'll go back and forth really fast. And they're doing this, and it creates this kind of shimmer effect almost. And now I'm not an expert in Balinese gamelan, but I think that they play the same melody a lot of the times, but it's like two parts, right? One person is kind of leading, the other person is playing in the space, and it's just an amazing musical skill, amazing sound. Doesn't sound like anything else. So go check out some gamelan music. That's just sort of an extra thing I wanted to turn you on to if you haven't seen it, right? And there's lots of gamelan ensembles. A lot of the universities in the U.S. and abroad and other countries have bought sets of gamelan, and it's actually a thing. Like up here at CalArts, which is about 20 minutes from me, they have a gamelan ensemble, and it's just amazing. So treat yourself to that if you like. I think we're all up to date on the music now. That's one thing I forgot to do today, you guys, is, now I'm looking around. I didn't get a guess the sound ready. So I'm going to get it really quick. Let me move this because I'm going to dart over. I see what I want to do, but I have to dart over and get it. So I'm going to play this little video and grab the thing. All right, be right back. Guess the sound! Okay, I did it. All right, now this will be a little tricky. It's kind of a big instrument. See, that's a clue. All right, what is this? What instrument is this? Let me get the other mic. do you guys think? Anybody have an idea? Daisy is close. It's not coconuts. You've got 2 coconuts and you're banging them together. Extra points for that reference. Yeah, Gimme 5 is coming up. But what do you guys think? So this is kind of it's sort of it's pretty esoteric, actually, this instrument. I would be surprised if somebody nails it, but, you know, it's not uncommon. And how do you say your name? Nahuel? Greetings from Argentina. Buenos dias or buenos noches. I don't know what time it is there. I think buenos noches. And you're welcome. And Ultra Drums is also here. And laughing at something. I don't know what you guys are laughing at. Is it Daisy's comment? Wooden bell like a weirdo without ridges. You know, I'm gonna say that you're getting warmer. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So let me play it again. I'm gonna switch mics because the other mic picks it up better. I'm also kind of playing a rhythm that would be indicative, that would be traditional on this particular instrument. So do I need to start dropping some hints? So yeah, it's not a tempo block, it's not a log. It is not, it's not coconut music, although I like the title Coconut Music for an album. I think that would be good. That's almost as good as bongo bongo music. Yeah, good guesses, you guys. Keep them coming. What is that, Joey? Do you mean gourd? And it is a fish drum. What is a fish drum? It's not an udu, Roseanne. Although, you know, we're gonna look when you guys see it. You're all kind of close. You're all circling. You know, you guys are. It's good. I think this is a good. I think this is a good instrument for you guys to guess today because everybody's kind of zeroing in, coming closer. So it is a gourd. Joey is the closest, but that is not the name of the instrument. Do you guys know the name? Any idea? So it is a gourd. It's made of a gourd. Now you guys are getting clues. I'm giving you hints. Listen one more time. All right, guys. Last call for guesses. So, yeah, you see, you guys are all making good references, like a kora player. Joey said a kora player. Like, so it's basically the same plant, same type of thing that a kora is made out of. It's just a different instrument. And it is kind of a medium-sized gourd. Actually, it's, well, to be honest, it's not just one gourd. What is a rakatak? What is a rakatak? I don't know. It sounds fun, though. Is that an Indian instrument or Pakistani? All right, I'm going to count down. We got to count down because we got to keep moving. And I'll show you guys in a second. Anybody, last chance for names. I do need a name, though. This instrument has a name. It's not that uncommon, I don't think. I'll give you one more hint, all right? Hawaii. All right. It's got, but yeah, I guess it is it's a little out there. It's not the most common instrument, but they've been around a long time, hundreds of years. It is very basic, and it's made of a gourd. All right, let me show you guys. Hang on, I have to unwind my hand. All right, I'm gonna unveil it. You guys ready? I gotta go to the next slide. Hold on. Ba-boom. Now you guys are like, oh yeah, I've seen those things. Ah, Daisy got it. Ipu hula. Yeah, ipu heke. is this particular model. They are used for hula, to, you know, either. Now, there's a couple different ways. I want you guys to look this up too because it's awesome. So ipu heke is a double gourd, a double two-gourd instrument. There's also the ipu, which is one gourd. All right, and you'll see both types. This is actually a smaller ipu heke. They get huge. I have a much larger one, but it's almost too big to even have in here because I don't have that much room, in case you haven't noticed. But this is medium-sized ipu heke. This ipu heke I bought from a person that makes them down here in Southern California. So we tap the bottom of the ipu with the palm. And let me go to this. I'm just going to turn on this other mic. Wow, check it out. Isn't that amazing? So it's very resonant, obviously, and it is a little bit like an udu drum, right? It's kind of got similar physics going on. It's like a shekere in Cuban. You know, a lot of the tropical countries have a lot of rain, obviously, water, and they have gourds. And gourds or calabash are, you know, just they're common all around the equator, anywhere around the equator. And Hawaiian culture, Hawaiians have used the gourds for many things, including accompanying dance and singing for, you know, thousands of years, actually. And so yeah, that's it. The ipu heke, the dancers will play these. The kumuhula, who is the chanter or the teacher, you know. If you hear traditional hula, traditional Hawaiian music, not, you know, the Hukilau song or My Little Grass Shack, that's not Hawaiian, that's American. But if you listen to Hawaiian music, which is usually chanting with the ipu, that's all you're going to hear is, you're going to hear, well, you're going to hear, and there'll be, and I wish I could do it for you, but I don't know any mele, the chants right now. So yeah, it's really great. If you guys want to search for something, search for the Merry Monarch Festival and the traditional hula, not the American style hula, although there's nothing wrong with that. That's fun. That's like movie hula. But if you want to listen to something and see something very special and very Hawaiian, search for the traditional hula, which is just ipu, chanting, and the dancing. All right, you guys, that is also amazing. So we've got a lot of homework today so far. We've got Balinese gamelan. We've got hula, traditional hula, with the ipu heke. And let's see, who said, so was it Daisy? I think Daisy was the closest. Well, you actually came up with the name, but was that after I showed it? I don't know. But I'll give you the points, Daisy, because I don't think you've had any guess the sound points yet. So good job. All right. Yeah, and it does, what is it? Nahuel. Is it how you name Nahuel? It does have a nice bass. And I wasn't even getting super close to the mic, but if you get really close to the mic, it's like, you know, a giant drum. All right. So let's start to just zero in on our Gimme 5 stuff. It's already 5:40 here. So we got about 20 minutes. And we like to start the Gimme 5 music about 15 minutes, maybe 12 to 15 minutes before we end, just to have time. So let's review real quick. We do have the Kosmosky B minor steel tongue drum. I've got the flute, we've got shakers, the ipu, and the cajon is down here. And then some other stuff. I've got speaking of Hawaii, I've got my one of my ukuleles here. So I can play, we can add something, some B minor. It's not the easiest chord. but I'll do it. If you guys want. All right, so ukulele, ipu, heke, steel tankadrame, flute, shaker, shakere. All right, and then, oh, look at this. We've got the frame drum. I've still got this giant frame drum from last week. I was thinking about tuning it. Now, here's something this is why I called it 2B, like multiple Bs. Originally, today, I was thinking, wow, I wonder if I could have just a bunch of instruments all tuned to the same note, like B, right? And just have B, everything with B, but play different rhythms. Now, I didn't really have enough time to prepare all that. Maybe we'll do that in the future. But it is cool, and you can do it with a drum like this, because this drum is tunable, has these tuning, little tuning points inside here. So with a little bit of time, I could tune this. I can't do it quick. It takes a minute, but that might be something to look forward to. And, you know, there's a few drums back here I can grab. But think about when you guys put together your Gimme 5, which is pick 5 instruments, and think about how they're going to fit together musically, right? You know, you're the producer at this point, right? So you get to choose, or the composer. You get to, well, I'm the composer, you're the producer. You get to tell me what to play. And you can influence, you know, the instruments and the tempo, the meter, the style, that kind of thing. You know how we do it here. And then I will whip it up, whip something up. Sometimes often I surprise myself with what I end up doing. So it's just, that's why I like it personally, is because it just puts me on the spot. It's like improv theater for music, right? At least that's the way I look at it. So, yeah, Roseanne is providing some examples. And again, I can remind you, here's the steel tongue drum. And here's the cajon. You could also say wooden box. Here is the ipu heke. This one, I have to wrap this around my wrist. Here's the ipu heke. And I mean, it doesn't have to be that rhythm. That's kind of the typical ipu rhythm, so that's what I play on it. We have different shakers. Hey. Got a really crunchy shaker by Shaka Shakers. And then sort of a little more gentle shaker. We've got Kashishi. We've got my neighbor's dog barking. I can't control what the dog does, so that'll just be a random sound. We've got seed pods. Medium. We've got sistrum, Ethiopian sistrum. I'm really loving this thing. I love this. It's so nice. Ukulele, cajon, yeah. So let's go, and Roseanne will pick one of you. Yeah, Christina's mentioning dog bark on loop. It wouldn't be the first time. It's happened many times. Because my neighbor has a couple dogs, and when they get out in the front, they just bark at everything. So, yeah, I'll try to throw in the barking dog. I have no problem with it, because it's just texture, you know. It's just, it's just more. It just could be like an interesting sound. So, and who does that? Warlen, Wang, or Wang? Welcome. Ni hao, wherever you are. So I'm going to sort of get this ready too. Maybe I'll pick a tempo. But you guys let me know. You can say like slow, medium, fast, triple meter, duple meter. You know, if you want to get specific, you can. I don't always guarantee I'll do everything you ask for. But just throw out whatever you you want to do, or you want to have me do. I got to get a little table here to put the ipu. You know what? The cajon would make. The cajon would be good for playing the ipu heke. Check it out. All right. So, do we have anything yet? All right, that's from Roseanne. Frame drum, tongue drum, sis drum. I like where this is going. And who is this from? So frame drum, tongue drum, sis drum, flute, ipu heke, and sort of a mellow tropical sound. And 6/8. Oh, is that from you? Roseanne? I think it is. All right. So is it Warlin? Is that how you say your name? Warlin? And are you in China or are you in Australia? Because you have it looks like you have a koala on there. I'm just getting set up, so you guys hang on. Hang on for a second. We're going to get right to it. Why is that? Just a second. All right. Okay. Oh, you're in China. All right. I'm forgetting all my Mandarin. Sorry. But ni hao and welcome. What I can say is 我们开始吧. Let's play. Time to play. All right. What were the instruments again? Can you put them up there again, Roseanne? Or let me scroll back. I'm just impressed, Warland, that you're actually here on YouTube because China. So congratulations. Unless you're in Hong Kong. But are you in Hong Kong? Or maybe you shouldn't say. But you're welcome to be here. We're glad you're here. And I've been all over China, and I have a lot of friends in China, and I love Chinese food, and you guys are, you guys got a lot of wonderful things happening over there. So I hope, just personally, I'm part Chinese too. My family's from Hong Kong, part of my family. So I hope things keep getting better between the U.S. and China. Oh, Inner Mongolia. Okay, I've been up there. I had some goat up there in a yurt, in a giant yurt. And right before that, I had a helicopter ride because I had never been in a helicopter, and there was a helicopter giving people rides. And so I'm like, yeah, let me go. All right. Okay, frame drum, tongue drum, sis drum, flute, ipuheke. All right. Got it. Let's start with the tongue drum, and let's go. So thank you guys. If we run out of time, I just want to say thank you. Welcome to all the new people. We have a lot of new people today. It's awesome. I hope you enjoy the music. Let me skip to this. Nope. Let me skip to this frame. Just so we have the right word over here. And we're going to play a little bit of music now. All right. Not a lot of time. Okay, let's go. right, everybody. I appreciate you guys showing up. Welcome to all the new people. Have a beautiful week. Remember, I'm gone next week. So I'll try to have something for you here. Maybe what do they call it? A premiere. I'll schedule a video if you guys want to meet up here. And something at 5 p.m. next Tuesday. Thanks, Roseanne, for the Give Me 5 suggestion. I like it. You guys have a great week.
World Drum Club.